is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Funnelheads. Today we're going to be going over 10 ways Carnival Cruise Lines has changed since the start of the pandemic for the better. Now this is going to be a two-part video, so today we'll do the top 5, or the first 5, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll do the other 5. But first, before we get into today's video, if you are new to the channel or returning and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, becoming part of that Funnelhead family. We'd absolutely love to have you. We are officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and you subscribing will really help the momentum, that snowball effect going. So please do so. Commenting and liking, as always, is much appreciated. But let's get right into today's video. Now, in no particular order, number 1 is going to be no more paper menus, whether it be food or beverage. Of course, if you still want a physical copy of the menu, all you have to do is ask an employee, and they do have them readily available. But what I mean about paper menu is, a physical copy of the menu, whether it's actually paper or plastic. And they're changing that to the QR code. So if you're not familiar with that, basically what you would do is, bring your cell phone out, click the camera, hold your camera over the barcode, and it will bring up all of the items that that specific venue has to offer, whether it be food, beverage, or both. Now, you do not have to have internet service for this. A lot of people think that you do. You absolutely don't. You can have your phone on airplane mode, just like you're taking a regular picture, and it will come up. I promise you won't have any issues with that. Now, I think this is a great change. It alleviates, employees having to clean menus all of the time. Of course, cutting down on cleaning supplies, but also, guests sharing germs because, there's a lot more guests than menus, and they get tossed around, to sometimes 5-10 people at once, trying to order drinks, especially at a bar or something like that. And then also, just trash, whether the menu gets damaged over time, or obviously there's just changes on that menu specifically. So it cuts out a lot of that, but most importantly, the germ aspect. Now, number 2 is kind of a work in progress for Carnival, and that is Verifly. And the reason I say it's a work in progress is because we just went on the Carnival Mardi Gras for the Celebration Cruise about 3 weeks ago, and we used Verifly, and we did everything correctly. We had all green check marks, and they still checked all of our paperwork before we got past the initial check-in. So it didn't really help speed anything up. Nothing that we noticed. Maybe at different ports it does. If it did help you guys out, let me know in the comment section below. Or maybe it's gotten better since that 3 weeks ago. We're going to use it again coming up. We have a cruise in about 18 days, and we're going to use it again. But I'm also going to do a detailed video on what the benefits are to use it, how to use it, how to download your documents to it, because there are a lot of questions about this app specifically. But if they can start accepting it for face value, meaning you basically show them a green check mark on the app, then you should be able to pretty much just walk right through. So if they can get to that point, this will really help the process out, and I think is a great transition. And this only happened because of the last 2 years that we've went through. Now, number 3 is going to be staggered check-in. Now, I know a lot of people want that priority boarding back, and actually John Heald at the Q&A on the Celebration Cruise said there's 3 things that they're working on at the moment that are most urgent. 1 is priority boarding. 2 is going to be the Behind the Fun tour on the ship, and then the last one is going to be the Dr. Seuss breakfast and parade. I don't know if that's the order, but those are like the 3 big ones that they're working on currently. So hopefully we'll have all 3 of those back soon. But staggered check-in has really helped, because if you cruised before the pandemic and you didn't pay for Faster to the Fun or weren't platinum or diamond, I'm sure you could remember the insanely ridiculous lines sometimes at some of the ports. I mean, they would zigzag what seemed to be forever. Sometimes they would go out the door into the crazy heat or cold, depending on time of year or obviously location that you're leaving from. But that's helped alleviate this. Of course, not everybody listens to what time they're supposed to show up to, the port for, their cruise that day, but a lot of people do, and that just lessens the load for everybody and makes that first day a lot easier, in my opinion. Now, number 4 is going to be the disembarkation process, but specifically the customs part of that, because at most ports now, they're using this facial program where they take a picture before the cruise of you and the family or whoever you're traveling with, and on the way back in, all they have to do is scan your face again. You get a green check mark and you are free to go. There's no more custom forms. There's no more, customs agents looking at passports, IDs, this and that. It literally takes just mere minutes, even if there's a long line, like it was on the Mardi Gras when we came back. It literally zoomed through. I mean, we were from the back of the line to the front of the line in probably 10 minutes or less, so a much easier process. Now lastly, number 5, which is absolutely my favorite, and I hope other guests don't ruin it for everybody, is the new muster drill. Now, if you again cruised before the pandemic, you probably remember having to go to the cabin, collect all your life jackets, find your muster station, which was typically on an outside deck in the hot sun, wait for all your other guests to come to that station before they started, to show you how to use a life jacket. And this was a good 45-minute process, sometimes even longer, sometimes a little bit shorter, but usually longer than that. And now, literally, you can get on the ship, immediately go to your muster station, which is conveniently usually at like a coffee shop or a comedy club, have a 10-person group meeting with an employee showing you quickly how to use the life jacket, making sure you checked in your cabin, and you are done. It's 5 minutes. I plan on doing a video on the time we enter the life jacket drill to the time we leave on our next cruise, just to show everybody how quickly it takes. But the fact is that there are still guests that cannot get there to do this drill, and the cruise lines are basically saying that if guests don't start doing this, they're going to have to go back to the old muster drill, and that is the last thing you want, trust me. So do everyone a favor, when you get on the ship, just do the muster drill immediately before you do anything else. Just get it on over with, so that way you can have an amazing rest of the day. But that's it of me rambling on about that. Again, part 2 will come out hopefully tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section below, what changes really affect you. What changes would you, like to see, different in the future. Hopefully I'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.